Java is very, very, very fun. So if you're very new in the programming language, this is the right place for you. I'm going to teach you Java from end to end. By this session, you are going to be pro in Java. So basic thing you have to recall, if you get into too much theory, you don't understand the practical how it works. And if you're not knowing theory, it's also very problematic. So Java, everything we define like an object. So here I'm using like Eclipse. You can use any editor. It's totally fine. So today I'll be creating some of the classes and I'll try to let you know what is happening in the Java basic thing. So this is the class. How I have created in the package, you need to go new and create the class. I'll be creating another child class. So what the error is there? Type child is already defined. Okay, child is already there. So let's rename it. Refactor, go rename. Let's make it children. Okay. If you get any error, don't worry. Don't worry. Actually, it happens when you start to program. You get the dreaded things and you feel, oh my God, error is going to come. But which is very normal. You have to understand the error. So whenever you are trying to learn any programming language, the more important like you will not be scared of anything. You will not be scared of error, bug, nothing. You need to know how to fix that. Okay. So we'll be writing public static void main string the signature system dot out dot println. Hello everyone. So the signature thing will run and you will be knowing how satisfying when you'll be able to run the program. So in Java, you have to remember every time the execution will start from the main. So suppose that here I'm writing one method. So public, okay, integer add. This is the method with integer a and integer b. And I want to return a plus b. So now you tell me, is it anything will happen if I run this regarding this method? No, nothing. Because I have added this method add. But as there is a no link from the main, I don't know is there and or not. So in Java, you have to remember the execution starts from the main class, main method. So the if you do have one like entire program and you have multiple classes, but the class which has main that is going to be called the main class from where the execution will start. So if I want to call this add, if I'll be calling like add 12 and see, you will be getting the error. Not able to define where it is. Because in Java, we do have the static, like object class, and we do have the static block. So if you define and it doesn't know where is it, obviously. So you have to define everything like a object. So if I define person, okay, p equal to new person. So okay, so what is parent? Okay, my class name is parent. Okay, sorry, I have another. So now if I go for p dot add, is there? Yeah, it's there. It's able to find it. So now if I'll be putting system dot out dot print ln add of A and B is equal to, let's just assign it, sum, sum. Now can I expect there will be the summation for it? 36 I'm going to get. Hooray! We got 36. So you got to know. Now suppose that any method you want to call which is not from uh, object reference. So that time you have to define the method public static, okay, integer. Mm, I'll go for the addition subtraction. Integer A and integer B. So what is going to return? A minus B. Now, if I'll call it sub, okay, sub is 55 minus 9. So see, there's a no error because this is a class level. When we define anything in the static, so main knows. But if I don't define as a static, so if I define sub equal to sub, and if I'll try to print that, so I'll be getting the value. So if you're very pro in Java, this is not for it. This is for the beginner level. Okay. Oh my God, the two values are 36. I didn't plan it. It happened. So here and sub and main all are method. Okay. And integer A and integer B, those are local variable. And from where we are calling it is a reference. Okay. So now if I want to write one program mm, for the array, so public, okay, mm, let's try for array programming. So public void add of array. Now you will be getting the all predefined values. Like in the Java also we have a lot of libraries, but it always recommended that you will be knowing the logic behind it. Okay, so input is an array and I want to get the sub. So I'll be getting the summation as a 0 first. Okay. And make one loop. Loop will start from the integer I equal to 0, I less than equal to input dot length I plus plus. In the Java, the indexing start from the 0. What I'll do, sum equal to sum plus input and then I. This is location. And after this, I'll be printing this. Hmm, print. Sum of arrays, sum. Okay. Like that, you can go for the new line. The println will give you the new line too. So is it possible to call this add of arrays directly? If I'll try to call it, I'll define one array first, integer. So I have defined this array. If I pass it, is it possible? No, why it's not? Because it's not static. So if I make it static, I'll be able to do that. Or otherwise, I need to call it from the reference of your object. So if I run it, I can get the result. So it's as easy. So this course has been designed. I want you to practice one by one everything that you will be familiar with what is about the Java. So today we have learned the class. Everything is going to happen in the class and object level. And there is going to be the main method from where the execution will start. We are going to have static method, which can be called directly without the reference of the object. And if it's not a static, then we have to call it with reference. Okay, so happy learning.